if you do not understand white supremacy, what it is and how it works, everything else that you understand will confuse you. And black people are the most confused people on the planet, confused about everything. We're looking at this world around us and we're totally confused. Because that world is made by the white supremacists. And they are the greatest confusers on the planet. They're masters of confusion. How else can you control people over a long period of time without confusing them? It's an absolute must. Otherwise, you have to stand over each individual with a gun all day. The white supremacists don't do that. They stand over them with a gun every now and then. But on a day-to-day basis, they got everybody on automatic. Robots. They got everybody on automatic. Robots.
There's a time and a place for dancing and entertaining, but it's not in the middle of a war. What we need is calm and quiet thinking and analysis. See, this is why it is important to read the newspapers. See, this is why it is important to read the newspapers. Newspapers.
I wanted to talk about some more people who hopped on the train. And this is going to be an interesting, this was something I did not know. Now, there's a guy on Twitter, and his name is, hold on, let me pull it up. Twitter. Forgotten Latino History, right? And he posted this video. So I want y'all to hear. I don't want to certain things I don't want to say. I want this to be introduced to you from their mouth. Okay, so I'm gonna play this video and we'll discuss.
One of the questions we're asking all of our interviewees is, what does civil rights mean to you? So given the work that you've done on the marker, the fact that you're a part of La Típica, and all the things that you've been a part of, what does civil rights mean to you?
To be honest with you, when all this civil rights movement came in with Lyndon Johnson and such, I considered it more as being a benefit to the blacks than to us, because we were already accepted, and let's face it, there will always be a problem. There will always be people who look down on you because of your ethnicity, but all you need to do is just look up at them and show them, I'm as good or better than you, you know. But I felt that it was helping them more, and I was very glad to see it, because when I was growing up and we rode the bus to Houston, there was one long row on the bus in the back, and that back row was designated for blacks, and that's where they had to sit. I could sit anywhere that I wanted to on the bus, but the blacks had to sit back there. And if that row was full, they had to stand all the way to Houston. They could not sit with the others.
So that was a Hispanic woman talking about she had civil rights. She felt that civil rights was for black people. She didn't need civil rights. she was able to sit in the white section of the bus. She didn't need civil rights. Black people needed civil rights. So as she talks about, the fact that, civil rights was not for her, I wanted to read what the majority of Mexicans, what the legal majority of Mexicans, actual participation or lack thereof in civil rights. Let's read what they was about, what they said they were about. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's make it smaller. Okay, let's read from here. Mexican asks High Court to determine his race. United States Supreme Court was asked last week to determine whether American-born Mexicans are considered members of the white race, or are they, like colored people, looked upon as a separate group. The question arose in the case of Pete Hernandez, an American citizen of Mexican origin, who was convicted in the courts of Texas and sentenced to life imprisonment for murder. Hernandez claims that he was convicted with malice because no persons of Mexican descent were permitted to serve on either the grand jury or the petit jury, thus denying him equal protection of the law as guaranteed by the 14 Amendments of the Constitution. A move to quash the indictment made against Hernandez by the grand jury of Jackson County, Texas in 1952 was overruled. The conviction in this case was affirmed by the Texas Court of Appeals in June of that same year, and a motion for rehearing was denied the following in October. The state contended that Mexicans are white people. I'm going to read that again. The state contended that Mexicans are white people and are entitled at the hands of the state to all the rights, privileges, and immunities guaranteed under the 14th Amendment, so long as they are treated the guarantee of equal protection has been accorded to them. So Mexicans are white. And this is from the Texas Hernandez versus Hernandez case, was reported in the Baltimore African American in January 19th, 1954. So this is right before the civil rights movement. Okay. So I'm going to play another video because I like visuals. I like to give visuals, and I like to hear from horses' mouths. So we're going to play this real quick video.
And in the swimming pools, I remember, because I was an avid swimmer, my cousin and I used to live at one of the neighborhood pools, and I remember distinctly the day that the civil rights or that civil rights were extended to everyone. Mexicans go swimming there, but African Americans couldn't. And the first time an African American got in the pool, nearly everyone got out of the pool.
Pause. So she's talking about the day that the pool got integrated. They were already swimming in the pools because they're white. See, when we say things like Hispanics are white, people will look at us and be like, oh, you shouldn't say things like that. Legally, they are.
And got out of the pool because of that. And that left a big searing scar on my mind because I didn't understand why they would do that.
Even the Mexicanos got out of the pool.
He said even the Mexicans got out the pool. He said yes. She said yes. Even the Mexicans got out of the pool. So as soon as the day that they integrated the pool and the Negro got in the pool, everybody got out and emptied the pool.
I used to live at one of the neighborhood pools, and I remember distinctly the day that the civil rights or that civil rights were extended to everyone. Mexicans go swimming there, but African Americans couldn't. And the first time an African American got in the pool, nearly everyone got out of the pool because of that. And that left a big searing scar on my mind because I didn't understand why they would do that.
Even in the Mexicanos got out of the pool too.
Because there'd never been a black allowed to swim in the public swimming pools. And these are public pools.
So they were allowed to be at the pool. We were not. So when they say things like Juan Crow, what are they even talking about? Like, the colonizer spirit is strong within them because their ability to lie and make up history is very reminiscent of their Spaniard ancestors. So, okay, one more video. I wanted to play one more, and then I wanted to show you something. Yeah. One more video.
So, remind me, the name of the high school you went to?
Roy Miller High School.
Roy Miller. What was Roy Miller like?
I became the first Hispanic cheerleader there.
Really? What year about?
950, 51.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, in other words, Roy Miller wasn't exactly integrated.
No, I didn't know when the blacks joined Miller High School, because when I was there, they didn't go there. And let me backtrack a little bit. Mm-hmm. When we moved to the Navarro Housing Project, we used to play, it was during the summer, so there was a lot of black kids there. And then here on the side of the tracks, on the other side of the tracks were the military trailers, because we were training pilots here. Mm-hmm. And they were all white. So they became friends with my mom through the fence, the ladies did, and the kids would come over and play with us on the playground. Mm-hmm. So we were a tri-ethnic group playing together during the summer. But then when school started, all my white friends were there and we were there, but the black kids weren't there. Mm. And when we came, one afternoon when they came to play with us again at the park, I said, "Where were you?" And they said, "We went to school." "No, you weren't there. Don't lie. We didn't see you." Says, "Yes, we did." "No, you didn't." A girl was named Aisha, I think Aisha, and her brother. And they said, "We did go to school." I said, "Where did you go to school?" "School's right here. You live across the park," because they lived on the other side of the park. And I said, "You didn't go to school. Don't lie." They said, "Yeah. What school do you go to anyway?" And they said, "Oh, we have to walk." "Walk where?" "Solomon Coles." I said, "Where is it?" "It's way across town." "Well, why can't you come here?" "Because we're not allowed to." And I said, "Who says?" He said, "Well, parents said we can't go there with you." And I went home and I told my mom, I said, "Mom, how come Aisha and her brother can't go to school with us? They go all the way across town. They had to walk that far. And they live just across from the park. That's not right." And my mother said, they won't allow them to do that. I said, "Who is they?" And mom said, "The law." "What law?" My mom said, "There's laws that tell you what you can and cannot do. And here these children can go with you." "But Mom, that's not fair." He said, "I know it's not fair, but that's how it is." Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that till that time.
This is the first time you found out about segregation.
Yeah.
Concept.
Because we were going together with the children from the military families. Mm-hmm. They were white, and we were all Hispanic in the housing project. And the black children live across the park on the other side, just 2 blocks away. Mm. And I didn't understand it till my mom told me that. Mm.
So there you see, not only were they allowed to sit on the bus wherever they wanted to sit, they were allowed to go to white schools. They were considered white in every way. We saw that they went to court, and even the court determined that they were white people. That's this article here. So I want you to see what their stance was on integration and everything like that. Hold on. Where's the one I'm looking for? Here it is, right here. Okay. This is a picture. And I'm going to read what it says. Description. Then we'll move back up. Students of, should make it bigger. Students of Fremont High School, scene of an anti-Negro demonstration, are shown as they tried to get in school today. They were refused entrance according to school authorities unless they were accompanied by their parents. So let's scroll up and see these faces. So these are Hispanics having an anti-Black, anti-Negro demonstration. Okay. Okay. So not only did they not stand with us, but they had anti-Negro demonstrations. So including them with us, continuously calling it black and brown. Who did that? Who did that? Because in the 50s, they were already considered white. We already looked at those videos. They were considered white. So those are Mexicans. Let's see what how the Puerto Ricans felt. Okay, here's an article. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Here's an article right here. It's called, oh, this is as big as it's gonna let me get it. Are Puerto Ricans white or colored? Okay. New York City Health Department said last Wednesday that a Puerto Rican is white if he says so, and colored if he says he's colored. The department was asked whether it carried all Puerto Ricans as white in its statistics. A spokesman for the agency said the department simply asks a Puerto Rican whether he is white or colored and accepts what he says is true. He added the great majority of Puerto Ricans classify themselves as whites. The question came up when a colored couple sought to adopt a Puerto Rican baby. Health records listed the mother as white, and when this was learned, the welfare department is reported to have blocked the adoption. In order to have the baby adopted, the Puerto Rican mother is said to have then changed her color on the records from white to black, and the adoption was successfully carried through. The health department official said colored families are not permitted to adopt white babies. Now that was from a 1949 article in the Washington Afro-American. So here we see that not only were Mexicans considered white, but Puerto Ricans were considered white, or Puerto Ricans could be considered colored, but not Negroes. And again, the NAACP is what? The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, not Negro people, not black people, but colored people. Okay. And I wanted to read this one right here. Teach a white Puerto Rican to speak good English, said a community leader, and you have a white American citizen who can go as far as ability, and the breaks will take him. Teach a Puerto Rican Negro to speak English, and you have an American Negro and all of the discrimination that goes with it. Some Negro Puerto Ricans hurt and bewildered by the treatment they receive here, rebel and refuse to learn English. They cling to their Spanish as a badge of distinction from the American Negro. To let them know, I know black. I know black. I'm something else. I'm not the same as them. Okay? Don't treat me like them. I may have the same color, but don't treat me like them. So I love this picture because it just basically, that's what this whole thing is about right here. Uncle Sam is out here giving out pieces of the pie. White women are in the front, white men are in the second, Latinos, white gay, Asian community. Oh, the white Latinos right there. And the black person's all the way in the back. Look, everybody got a nice, healthy slice, but by the time it gets to black people, it's crumbs.
EvenMelanin.com. Smooth and even. Let the glow begin. Age with grace at Even Melanin. Rayon skin where beauty sprung within. Feel the love with Even Melanin.
Hey fam, tap in with your boy. Let's get us back together, man. I know we can do it. It's your boy Omizen. Did good. My brother D out here with us. Everything.
Beautiful place, man. It's a beautiful place. Yeah, don't worry about the Red Cross. Donate to them. And if you look at my Twitter, let's go to my Twitter at the Juan B. I have my people I want y'all to donate to. I've been posting the links all day. Go to my Twitter. I got the links up to my boy Derek, my boy Tay. These people lost their houses, they lost everything. Everything that they know, gone. Please donate to them, please. If it ain't nothing but $5,